Hello my friends, I am G Hondo and welcome back to our Let's Play of OpenTTD Season 2. This is episode 25. In episode 24 we accomplished quite a lot, as you can probably tell by the massive amounts of cost here. We did two things. The main bulk of this construction was me going around the map and demolishing all our old infrastructure. For example, when a mine or a forest stopped producing, I had sold off all the vehicles, but I had never removed all of the depots, the stations, all the road in between them, all that infrastructure that we've been paying for a long time under property maintenance here. So I got rid of a bunch of that, so this number should drop nicely. And the rest of that cost of construction plus the new vehicles was popping in this route here. We already had this for a while now, we've had this bank here servicing Fort Batminster. Now it will also service Sandchurch. So that was building the infrastructure. The cost here, you see some of that, about 100 of that, was building the road in between, the depot, the station itself, and then I bought 5 vehicles. So let us get going here and just make sure that these will eventually become profitable. Obviously this first one will take a bit because it has to activate that bank, but that's fine. After that we should be rolling pretty quick. The main thing I want to get, so even though I built a little bit more infrastructure, I demolished quite a bit. So overall this property maintenance value should be, I'm not sure if I'd say a significant amount less, but it should be at least a little bit less. And that's kind of what I'm basing it on. Um, like I say, it's not an exact one-for-one because I also built more, which would have increased it. But either way, as long as I see it drop a decent amount, then I know it was worthwhile. Yes, it was a humongous one-time cost, but I think overall it will turn out to be worth it in the end. But anyway, I think that's our guy here. I guess we could look at this one too. It's no real difference. This one's a little closer though. He's got our 8 bags of valuables. And we can watch him come in. It'll be hard to tell which ones he gets to here because this part's common to both routes, but that's okay. That's right here. Okay, so let's see how we end up doing. Yeah, I can't see it at all within this city here, so I'm just kind of watching it up here to see when it actually arrives. Of course, he helpfully broke down on us. That's not really helpful. Not so useful to me, thank you. Okay, so yeah, that made a decent pile of money for us there. I didn't catch exactly how much, but clearly enough to pay what it had been doing in running costs so far, plus a good profit. And now it's trying to load back up. This bank here doesn't have a great deal of production, so it will sometimes take a while for a vehicle to actually be allowed to load up here, which is unfortunate. I was hoping that at some point this would increase. They tend to increase as the size of the city increases, but it's not a direct ratio, so this city's grown quite a bit, and this bank really hasn't changed all that much, so sadly, it's not going to be a direct ratio here. Let's go ahead and chip some. Oh, okay. I guess I missed it. I was going to say I was going to chip some more of that dead away, but I guess I missed it. Anyway. So it's a pretty long trip for them. Comparable, I guess, to the Fort Batminster run. But again, at least it's a nice straight run. There's, other than within the city itself, there's no turns on the main of the track, so it'll be decent, I think. So that's our guy there. He just crossed the bridge. getting a lot of breakdowns for a brand new vehicle. Can't say as I'm real impressed with that, but anyway. There's not much I can do about it. Until we get more reliable vehicles available, we're kind of stuck. So, but we'll make it work. That's what we're doing. So, alright, so he just got into the city, so that's our guy right there. So he's going to pop over here to our depot and then restart his route. So it looks like it takes basically a year. Like they'll do the trip once per year, because I bought this in February. By the time he pops in and out, it'll be probably mid-January. So it's about an 11-month voyage for them. So they can basically do one full circuit per year. Or maybe just shy of a year. So that would be okay. And you can see the property maintenance, even though I bought new infrastructure and I did that partway through the year, that already dropped a good 30k or so. So definitely, while it was really expensive, it definitely is paying for itself. I mean, it may take 20 years to do it, but it is definitely paying for itself. So that is a good thing. So get rid of that. Somewhere near where my mouse was hovering, there's got to be a sawmill or something. So I was hearing very, very loud sawmill noises. Oh, probably from that forest there. Anyway, that was incredibly loud. So I can't say as I was real impressed with that. But anyway. Alright, I think we're making good progress here. I'm quite glad to see just how much this dropped. I knew it was going to drop a bit, but I didn't realize it was going to drop that much. I'm actually quite impressed with that. At the same time, I'm also saddened because that means I was paying for all those other routes for many, many years in some of those cases. Some of those were original routes we put in right back at 1800. So I've been paying for them for, 30, 40, 50, maybe even 60 years, depending on when they collapsed. But anyway, at least that's something we fixed now, so moving forward we'll be better off. And that's a good thing. I guess I'm going to have to try and remember to get into the habit when an industry, once I start actually doing them again, when one collapses, to actually take out the infrastructure at the same time that I'm removing all the vehicles. That way I don't have this problem again where I have to, take out a huge loan just to go back and delete a bunch of routes. So. But anyway, yeah, this is definitely looking a lot better. Quite a lot better. So that's a good thing. Very, very good. Alright, let's check on the vehicles, make sure we don't have any profit last year failures. No, we did have a few. So some of these valuable ones just aren't making it in a single year, it looks like, because they're waiting too long, I think, at Tron Hall to load up. I may have too many of them for the relatively low output of this bank. That might very well be the problem. That and, of course, all the many breakdowns on this long run, but between the two of them, I think that's what the problem is. So I can't really do much about that unless I sell some of these vehicles off. I don't really want to do that. Quite sure I had that over time, but anyway, no matter. We should be able to chip one away. There we go. At this point, we're now paying over 100 grand in loan interest, and that's really not good. So But having saved all the money up here and increased income here, we should be able to chip this down a lot better. So I think we're still going to be okay, even though we are technically really close to the maximum loan. I think we're going to be okay. We can continue to turn over, approximately 50 grand a year. We'll be able to chip this down enough to get out of the danger zone. Yeah, that sucks because now all of these are backed up because this one broke down right near the corner. In fact, these are almost all going this way anyway. Only one of them was this. Ugh. And it broke down again. Oh, this one needs to be renewed. That's the problem. Okay. Alright, well, what I'm going to do then, I'm going to go back to putting the auto renew. Oops. Where was that one under company? Yeah. So I'm going to put this back down so some of these vehicles can start auto renewing again. Won't fetch all of them, but we'll start fetching a couple of them here and there. Means the debt repayment will be a little bit slower, but it'll be okay. I keep flip-flopping on whether it's worth doing that or not. But clearly when the things are breaking down this often, we need to get at least a couple of them picked up. It just means I won't be able to repay the loans very easily, but that's okay. For a little while, that'll be okay. Yep, so I think we've done 3 or 4 vehicles here, it looks like. So that's got to be very helpful. Just let's see if I can get an idea just how... Well, there's still quite a few that are going to need attention. Nearly half our fleet, actually. That's a lot worse than I thought, but anyway. Either way, we'll start chipping away at that as well. Do a lot of chipping away in this game, apparently. But I guess that's really all you can do at this point. It's just trying to make some progress wherever you can. And go from there, I guess. Okay, so quite a few vehicles are getting done now. That's good. Yeah. So still a fair ways to go, but we're getting there. I'd like to see some new vehicles pop. It has been a pretty long time since we've had... There was that one section, I think it was around 1860 or 62 or something, where we had a bunch of steam vehicles come up that were all pretty terrible. But we haven't had anything lately, so it'd be nice to see something come up. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. There's always next year, I guess, is the name of the game there. Right. Another one got done. Somewhere. I guess the other thing I could do if I want to really micromanage it is not just set it based on how much money, but I could set this up and then just slowly dial it back, and I will make sure always the oldest vehicles were getting done first because they're the most important, as opposed to now where it's basically just whenever any overage vehicle hits a depot, if there's enough money, it does it. So it's really quite random which ones get done. I don't know if it's worth that level of micromanagement or not, but let's have a look. What's our worst in terms of overage? Wow. Okay, so I guess the short answer is 37 years over. That's not ideal. That's definitely not ideal. Well, they'll all get done eventually, so it'll just take a while. But they will all get done eventually, so. In the meantime, let's go have a look and see if we can't find ourselves more banks to work with. Okay, this one's far too far from anything, so I'm going to skip that one. Let's see. I'm just looking for basically any two cities that are close together that both have banks. Like, for example, these ones are nice and close together, but they don't have banks. I could set up passenger roads or mail roads, but for now I'm trying to concentrate on the valuables, because they're worth... here we go. I think we have... Oh, I've already got these. Never mind. I was going to say, these look ideal. Probably why they're already done. That's okay. Let's see here. These look pretty good as well. And I don't already have them going. So the bank's up here in that city, and where is it in this city? I don't... No, I can't see it. Oh, there it is there. And the production's pretty good, so I think this is going to be our next expansion. They're very close together. Both have decent production at their banks. So I think this is going to be worth doing. So I'll save the actual setup of that for the next episode, but I think that is going to be the next place we expand. It's a nice short route. The bank is located near the city edge on the good side, and on the side it's a little bit far. It'd be best if it was over here, but this is still plenty close enough. So, yeah, I think this will work just spectacularly. But like I say, we'll save that for the next episode. At this point, I'm going to call this a good place for a cut. So until next time, everyone, please stay calm, and I hope you'll come and chill with me again in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.